today's work is going to be about, are you a risk taker? So we are going to talk about how difficult or how easy it could be for you to make decisions. All right. So Magda, what about you? Is it difficult or easy for you to make a decision?
No, no, I don't have problem with it. The problem is when I did the things and I feel bad if the thing no is good.
If the thing is not good?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sometimes we can feel a little remorse. We can regret because we didn't select the very good things. But we are on the risk all of the time, aren't we?
Yes. Can you repeat again, please?
Yeah, we can feel some remorse, some regret. Sometimes we regret about doing some things, but anyway, we are in the risk that it is good or it is not as good as we thought.
Um, I think it's good because uh, sometimes when you have a risk, maybe you got it good things, or maybe you got it experience, or something like this.
Yeah, that's it. Excellent. You're right. Thank you very much, Magda.
You're
I.
welcome.
What about you? How easy is it for you to make a decision?
Mm, I think depend the situation. Sometimes it's very easy because I don't think the consequence and I do the things. But when it's not a good idea, the things do it and I don't have only I have the experience. I don't do it again.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's it. When we have the experience that it was not a good idea, okay, we won't repeat it. All right. Thank you, Magda. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Isaac, how are you?
I'm fine.
And how easy is it for you to make a decision?
I think pretty well. I don't know. Um, it's very subjective because some difficult decision could bring different ways, and the first appear of this way could be hard or difficult, but in progression in this same way, it could be easier. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes, I understand you pretty well. And you're right. I totally agree with you. Could you give us an example of something that was difficult for you to decide?
Oh yes, my choosing of career, my career choosing. I have three different school applications from Toluca and two at the city of Mexico, and I decided to go to the city of Mexico away from home, and it was difficult the first month, and the mm, and later it was easy.
Yes, that's it. But well, let me tell you something. To go to Mexico City is always so difficult.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Fer, please talk to us about how difficult it is for you to make a child's decision.
Well, sometimes it is not difficult to me because sometimes I don't have things that I have to choose, just like my clothes, my shoes, um, other things. But um, not always is difficult to choose something, to take a decision, um,
To make.
to make a decision, because for example, I'm going to go out and someone said, "Oh, what I'm going to put?" Me no, I just said, what I have of shoe, what I have of of clothes, and I said, "Oh, I am going to put this," and I put me that.
I put that on.
I put that on.
Yeah, that's it. Well, even, well, I think that in my case, it should be as easy as you do, but I think that we adults are very complicated because even though we have a solution in front of our eyes, sometimes we don't like it. And we women, when we adult women are talking about clothes, geez, it's more difficult even. So I hope it could be again as easy as you do. All right, thank you very much for. All right, so the question is today: are you a risk taker? And here we have a beautiful quote that says, Fer, could you help us reading, please?
Yes, teacher. Is the be brave?
Yes, please.
Be brave, take risk. Nothing can substitute experience.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Isaac, what do you think about this quote? Isaac, hello.
Oh, excuse me, I
Hi.
missed it. Okay, could you repeat it again?
Yes, what's your opinion about this phrase, this quote?
Okay, all right. I think it's a push, is to make a push on doing actions that we have fears, and beyond the fears, we could achieve more than a fall. We can complete more experience before doing action.
Yes, you are pretty good. I totally agree with you. Thank you. Magda, what about you?
Can you repeat again, please?
Oh, yes, of course. What's your opinion about this quote? Be brave, take risks, nothing can substitute experience.
I'm gonna agree with this because I think if you have the opportunity for to do something, it's better that you do and say, I do. Maybe it's not good, but I do. And you got it experience. And don't do it the things or the activities and say, what happened if I will do it?
What happens if I do that? Okay, pretty good. Thank you. And Fer, what about you? What's your opinion?
Um, well, I read the article and I said that the article said it is true that you have to be brave to take a risk. You have to be sure that you are taking the good risk.
That you are making the correct decision. Yes, that's it. And it is, I think that it is a very interesting article. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so let's go to the next image. Here we go. Give me a moment. Here it is. So here we have two options. When we decide doing something, we can take the easy way, or we can take the hard way. The hard way is the times the one that supposes more work, more effort, and of course, a very short result. The easy way, well, it is easy as it is mentioned. So it doesn't suppose any so much effort, not a long time that you invest, and the result, well, we don't know. Okay, so what do you think about this, Isaac? What's your opinion?
Okay, I think the hard way is when you choose a way that you can understand. You know, for the case I give you before, uh, if I decided to study at the city of Mexico, it was because I loved that career, and if I had make the choice with a career I didn't like, it was a very hard for me. No, the point is to do decisions in order to achieve what you want.
I had to make decisions.
Okay.
Excellent, pretty good, thank you. And so, Magda, what about you?
Mm, in this case, I think about the picture. It's true, teacher.
Yes.
Um. Uh, okay. In this case, I think all the time we have two different uh, ways: the easy way and the hard way. In whatever things, in your work, job, in your daily routine. But I think always the easy ways is when you go to security and you can think don't have bad things, but sometimes it will be the worst way that you can go. And the hard way, maybe it's difficult, but you have better things, I think.
You can have rewarding results.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. Thank you very much. And so, Fer, what about you? What do you think about the easy way or the hard way?
Well, teacher, like I said yesterday, I always am going to take the hard way. And what I'm going to take the hard way because the hard way, like I am a little child, the hard way can give me more studies and more studies, so I can take a career of something good to mm, to take a job, to have a house, and that's
All right. Thank you very much. And well, yes, I also remember that you mentioned how difficult, well, not how difficult, but how you take the decision, how you make the decision of doing the difficult things
yes,
because you
teacher.
play the piano, you study languages.
Yes. Maybe I will study Chinese.
Hey, that's great. Uh,
Maybe.
you say, I may study Chinese. Hey, that's great. Pretty good.
Yes.
Congratulations to you. You know what, Fer? You could have made the decision of playing. You are a child. So you could opt for not doing anything else than going to school and helping with the household chores, and that's all. But you are making a very good decision because you are doing what other children don't do. You decide to study while you can be playing. So
Yes, that's right, teacher.
that
And sometimes when I go to my school, my teacher says, "Oh, you have to choose one of the topics that you have here." And I said, "Teacher, uh, they are like 5 topics." And I said, "Teacher, can I do all the topics?"
My
And that,
goodness.
and the teacher says, "Of course, if you do more, it will be more good."
Yeah, it would be better.
Yes.
Wow, great. Claps for you. Okay, so let's go to the next image. Here we have that whenever we make a decision, of course, we have a risk. The risk could be that we don't have the result that we expect. Or, on the other hand, we can also have a reward, a rewarding result. So, Magda, could you talk to us about
Yes.
a risky situation that you took?
Um, yeah, when I decided to study my career, I think it was a risk situation because mm, my parents didn't have money for to pay my career. In
For
this,
affording.
okay, for affording my career. In this case, I had to work by the morning and I studied and by the night too, and I studied only on Saturday or Sunday. And it was very difficult because sometimes I decided to, how do you say, abandonar?
To quit.
To quit the career.
My
But
goodness.
I think again I continue with my career. I think it's the risk situation that I got it.
Excellent. Yes. And you know what? It is so nice. It is so admiring that even though you had a lot of problems, you did it. You continued.
Mm, the problems was because were I think the problems were because I don't have money. I didn't have money. I didn't have time for to go with my friends something like this. All the time I worked in the factory. Um, Really, I didn't have the time for this. I think it was very difficult for me. And in this time, the factory for I worked,
Where I was working.
where I was working, um, decided that I need to travel to Monterrey and Coahuila, and in this time I work too, and I have a lot of theories for to do, and it was a big problem for me. But when I finished the career, I feel so good, and I said, "That's it. I don't want to do anymore."
Wow, that's it. Congratulations to you, Magda. It
You're
was
welcome.
really, really difficult, but anyway, you did it. Okay. Pilar, welcome. How are you? Pilar, hello. Can you listen to us, Pilar? Maybe Pilar is having some problems with her microphone. All right, let's continue. Uh, what about Isaac? Have you taken any risk? Something that you could mention that was so difficult for you?
Yes, I have the same situation. I have to work in order to achieve the foreign form. my classes for first school college years, because my brothers was studying at that time, and so in order
They
to
were,
help my partner,
they
eh,
were studying.
they were studying. Okay, they were studying. In order to help my family, I choose to work, and it was just 3 years, and so I'm proud of it, and it was not difficult because I work with a friend, and I worked in weekends, at weekends. Yes,
With a friend, it is more, it is not so challenging. So it's,
yes.
thank you very much, Isaac. And so now, Fer, please, Fer, talk to us about the most difficult decision you have made, the one that supposed, um, well, the most enormous risk for you.
One of the most risk I take it was to change of my school. My dad asked me, "Are you going to change? Are you going to change of school or no?" And I said, "Let me think, because I don't know if I want to choose to another school or no."
Uh-huh, that's it. And so, what did you do? Did you change your school?
And no, I stay in my school.
All right. So you didn't want to take
No,
the risk.
I didn't want to.
All right. Thank you very much. Pilar, how are you? Can you use your microphone now? Maybe she can't. All right. So I'm going to try to direct her by the chat.
Allow you to check with it.
All right. So let's go to the next image. Here we go. Okay, we have different levels of risk. Of course, we have the low risk that supposes decisions that are not so difficult to make, or that are not going to have very difficult consequences. For example, when you make the decision of buying a pair of shoes or another. Okay, so why don't you talk to me about low risk situations? What about you, Fernanda?
Teacher,
Yes,
what are I going to do?
we are going to talk, just talk about what low risks do you know?
Oh,
Mention
okay.
mention
A
some.
low, a low risk. I know it's like choose your clothes, choose your shoes. Uh, Other things.
Okay, and so thank you very much, Fer. Isaac, what about you? Some low risk situations?
Okay. At morning when we go to the work, to the office, and we we see the watch, and we see we could could go walking, or we could take a taxi, a car.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's it. Okay, thank you very much. Magda, what about you?
Low. When I didn't go to work, I think, and I decide, oh, I didn't go to work.
Oh,
Today I won't go to work. Well, I don't know. I don't know, Magda, if it is a low risk situation or a medium risk situation. Because of
Medium, I think.
yeah, because of course you can have any punishment.
Yes.
But anyway, all right. So let's talk about the medium risk situations. For example, that you say you may have a discount on your salary, or you can have a punishment. Maybe your boss will be angry about it if you are absent from work.
Yeah, in this case, in medium, I think when when I decided didn't go to some events for the school, and I think this is a medium risk because maybe my
You
boss
hear me?
let me a punishment.
Yes, Pilar, we can listen to you. All right, thank you, Magda. Yes, it could suppose a punishment.
Yeah,
All right, thank you very much.
you're
So,
welcome.
all right. Pilar, welcome. How are you? Pilar, hello. Can you listen to us? Okay, so please, what about you? Uh, Fair, what about you? Any medium risk situation?
Let me think, teacher. Let me think. Mm, no, no, teacher.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm sorry, Fer. I lost
No,
the audio. Could you repeat it, Fer? I'm sorry.
That I never
no puedo poner
have.
el micrófono.
Hello?
Yes, here we had an interference. Pilar, can you listen to us? We can listen to you pretty well.
Yes, now I hear you too.
Excellent. That's it. Yes, Pilar, welcome. We are very happy that you are in here.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. Fer, I'm so sorry again. Uh, could you, for the third time, repeat it?
Yes, teacher. I never. Well, I think I never take a medium risk in my life.
Uh-huh. Because it is not on you to make decisions from
Yes,
that side.
yes. The decision. I never take a decision. The decision take my dad's or maybe my mom.
Uh-huh. You never make.
No, I never make a decision.
Your daddy makes it or your mommy does it.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Pilar, we are talking about risks. How difficult
Yes,
is for us to have to make a decision that supposes any risky situations.
yes.
Uh,
When I was working, I have to take to took. I have to no. I have to take very difficult decisions because I was a chief of a laboratory. Then sometimes there are workers that doesn't obey the chief when they thought they think that they have the reason about some topic.
uh-huh.
Then you have to take you have to take the decision to give orders to them. And it's difficult because those people doesn't like you.
Yeah.
And the environment of the work is difficult in those situations.
When those people don't obey, yes, it is difficult. You have to make very
Maybe.
radical decisions.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you very much. That's right,
Sure.
Pilar. Yes,
I
please.
have a question. The environment, it can be like el ambiente for the job,
Yes, that's
Yes.
it.
or we can use another word for this.
We have some other words. The most common is environment, but we can also have milieu. Here we have
Milieu?
that milieu.
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 So let me write it for everybody because I sent it to Magda in a private chat, not to Pilar. Milieu.
Okay.
Yeah, but it is not very common, you know. The most common one is environment. Okay. All right. Now let's talk about high risk situations. So, of course, Claire, I think that you haven't ever made a decision that involves, of course, your own security, your life, your job, because you don't work. But
Teacher, one day I take a risk.
yes,
If I do the homework, I don't do, of I don't do the homework.
yes, that's it. So, what's the risk for? If you don't do it, what could happen?
Mm, I mm, I I will reprobar.
You will fail.
I will fail, but in that grade I didn't fail because I am the intelligent girl of my class. So
Yes, I think so. I believe it. You are a very intelligent girl. All right. Thank you very much, Fer. And so, Magda, what about you? Any high risk situation for you?
I think when I will decide if I will get married or not.
When you decided
Yeah,
you'd get married or not. Are you married?
no.
That's why
For
you
for
said
the I will get married.
yeah, it is a high risk. Sometimes it is funny to think about it, but yes, it's a high risk because it is a decision that you make for the rest of your life. So
Yes.
yes, it's high risk. All right. Hey, that was an excellent example.
teacher, I have a question.
Yes, Fer.
Are you married, teacher?
Guess what, Fer? I was married a time ago. Now I am divorced.
Why, teacher?
Because I didn't make a very good choice. I didn't make a very good decision when I decided who I
Mm.
should marry to.
Okay.
So I think, Fair, that in life, everything is to make decisions. But
Yes.
sometimes we blame people of the results. But I don't think so. I think that the fault for the bad decisions is ours, of course. I
Yes, of course.
Since the very first, I saw that my ex-husband was not the person I would like to spend my whole life with. And even though I knew it, I got married, and it was not good. Yeah, so it is decisions. But anyway,
Exactly.
I'm very happy. All right. Okay, what about who's next? Any volunteer?
Maybe Isaac.
Yes, please, Isaac. Go ahead.
With the high risk.
Uh-huh, yes.
Oh yes, I think choosing a new job and living a secure one, you know, it could be better, but you could lost the sequence of experience. It's like starting again from zero.
Uh-huh, yes. You're right. You're totally right. Well, I think, you know what, I personally consider that sometimes we make very difficult decisions, but the riskier situation we decide, the bigger learning that we get.
Yes, of course.
All right, excellent. Anybody else who's missing?
Sure. I think Pilar is missing.
About high risk,
Yes, please.
well, I agree with you about the decision to get married. So most of the times, women with work like us, our husbands isn't agree with us about job. We have to invest a lot of time. We have to spend a lot of time in our jobs, and they don't understand us because they only think that his job is the most important than us. And our job is very important for us and for all the family because with the example, you create a great family, a great sons and daughters. And I had to take risks all the time because, as you said, all the time we have to take decisions until about I get up or don't get up.
Yeah,
Until at the minimum thing, we have to take risk. Is the life.
yes, that's it. I agree with you. You know what, Pilar? Yes, everything supposes a risk because we will never know what the result could be. It could be a very good result and it could bring us any benefit, or it could be a bad decision we made and it can suppose any damage or any problem maybe. Okay.
Another high decision is when the people maybe have a family or some people that is very, very sick, and they decide they if the people or if the person die or live, no, teacher?
My goodness, yes, you're right. Uh, of course, there are some cases in which to make a decision is tremendously difficult because you have to decide about the life of anybody else. For example, the cases when the pregnancy was on high risk and sometimes mother or the baby could die. And well, we know that there have been cases where the father has to decide who lives, mommy or baby.
Yeah.
So it's tremendous. Of course, we would never want anything like that to happen to anybody. But yes, those are very high risk decisions. Tremendous. All right. Well, thank you very much. Now let's see another image. Here we are. Look at this. I like this quote very much. And so, let me Let me make it bigger so that you can see it. Okay, so Pilar, could you help us reading this quote?
Okay. Uncertainty is an uncomfortable position. I agree with that, but interesting to have uncertainty because you prove your valor
Value.
value, and if you could or couldn't to be or to get that thing that is probably better for you or maybe not.
That's it. Excellent. Thank you, Pilar. Yes, and so the quote also says, uncertainty is an uncomfortable position, but certainty is an absurd one. Voltaire said this. Isaac, what do you think Voltaire meant with this quote?
Uh, uh, um, is like the position in a transition between the decisions and the action. You know, with the words in mind, like what will happen, or what would I do, or I don't know where I'm going, and as the time pass, it is certainty and in the way we choose, and that's it.
Ah, yes, that's it. As the time goes by, we
That's it.
can see how it worked and how it could be. Excellent. Thank you. Magda, what's your opinion about this quote?
Um, I think it's very high this point because um, maybe when you have a big problem or you have any idea about something and you don't have where is the true or where is the correctly, you don't have you have this feeling and you feel so bad. Or sometimes maybe when another person have any problem, maybe you can think that or give your opinion, but you don't have if it is good or bad because you don't have in this moment or you don't have this problem, I think.
Excellent. Yes, thank you very much, Magda. Fer, what about you? What's your opinion?
Um, on certain, I think this is true. Um, in some ways, maybe in some ways not is true, but for me, I think it is true.
Yeah, in some ways it is not true.
Yes, in some ways.
All right. Well, in my point of view, what Voltaire meant that uncertainty is an uncomfortable position because we want to know what happened if. What could it happen if I do? And if we don't have the answer, we can be thinking most of the times that it could
Yes,
be good or that it.
like maybe if you said, I'm, I'm. How do you say enferma, teacher?
Get sick. If I am sick,
If I am sick, can I eat candy? And you are thinking that.
yes, that's it. So you are not certain and it is uncomfortable. But
Yes,
certainty is absurd because we can't be certain of anything still the moment we try it. For example, you could say, oh, that candy is not delicious. Have you tried it, Fer? No, I haven't. Of course, you don't know for sure.
uh, sometimes it passed to me. Some friends said, "Oh, it's delicious. Try it." and I said, okay, but if I don't like it, I'm not going to eat it.
Yeah.
And I try and I eat it. It's so horrible.
But now you have the certainty because you have tried, you have experienced that. Okay.
Yes, teacher, that's
Now
right.
you are certain. Okay, pretty good. Okay, so let's go to another image. Aha. Here we have that. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, here is your comfort zone. The comfort zone is the place where we know how everything works, the place where we have everything solved. So we don't have to make any decision, or we don't have to change anything because everything is perfect. So we can continue for the rest of our lives here and everything will be okay. But everything will be the same way as always. Where does the magic happens? Well, the magic happens out, not in here, out of the comfort zone. Why, Magda?
Mm, I think in this case, maybe, for example, I can say when you get that job. When I have my first job was very, very nice, I think, no? Because maybe my boss don't give me a lot of activities for to do. I didn't have a lot of students, and I say, oh, it's okay. But the problem was because I don't have a good paid. Uh, I didn't have, I don't know how do you say, uh, seguro or something like this.
Insurance,
Insurance.
medical insurance.
Yeah, medical insurance. But my partner say me, you need to look at for another job. And I say, no, I don't want to do because I am feel well here. But when I had a necessity for to do that, I I it was very difficult for me. And when I got this new job, I say, oh my goodness, I need to do that because if I didn't change my job, I don't have in this position. And it's good. For the reason I say, all the people have a comfortable zone, but
Uh-huh.
they need to change this, the mind or need to change the thing that they have think for to have a magic happens or you get good things. I think that.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you, Magda.
You're
Magda, who's
welcome.
your victim?
Um, Pilar,
Thank you.
Okay.
you're welcome.
I think it's good to be in a comfort zone, but only for some time, because it's very interesting to be where the magic happens, because you feel like a excellent people, excellent person, and you can know how you can know that you are you can get all the things that you imagine about some job. Then I like where the magic happens most of the time, because I that make me feel excellent, excellent, and you can develop a lot of things that you never imagined that you could get. I think is the maximum to be where the magic happens. That is my opinion.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Pilar. All right, Pilar, who's your victim?
And then Isaac.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, I recently I have uh, changed my job, my work, and it was 3 months ago, and I was very overwhelmed by this decision because uh, I was looking for a new job for 1 year, and it appeared suddenly. So I decided to take the risk, and it was very the one of the best decision I have made.
Wow, very
So
rewarding.
very rewarding, yes.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. Fer, your turn.
Uy, ay.
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
What are we going to do?
What's your opinion about being out of your comfort zone?
What is sound, teacher?
Zone is the place, well, the comfort zone is the place where you feel sure, secure, and you don't need to do anything else, but you don't learn anything even because everything is done. You don't have to think about any change to do because everything is
Um, I don't understand very well, teacher, but in some case, when I am comfort zone is in the house of my mom.
aha, okay. Well, you know what, baby? You don't understand pretty much about this comfort zone because, of course, it is not in your hand to make any decision or to solve any problem. So when you grow older, you are going to learn where is the comfort zone and the risk of being all of my life, or well, even at least for a long time in that comfort, beautiful zone. It is good, but it can be risky because you don't grow up as a person. But anyway, of course, in this moment, it is not very clear for you. Okay. Well, you know what? This was very interesting to me because I could not only see the point of view of the people who is responsible of making decisions, but also we heard the opinion of anybody else who is not in charge of doing that. So it was very interesting. It was really building up. Okay. Well, I don't know if you want to ask any question or to make any commentary.
Teacher, the homework that you give us about the right 180 words, what is the date? For what day
Ah,
I need to
Eh,
tell you?
yes, please. If you want to turn it on until Sunday, Sunday evening, it would be very good. We are going to expose that work in the next session. So you have, yes, sir.
Teacher, can I email you the presentation that Saturday?
Oh, yes, of course. I
Is for this
very
Saturday?
Yeah, I no, it is not for Saturday. It is for the next week to present. So you have all of this week to do it. If you want to email it to me also, I will check it.
Okay, teacher.
I will give you my comments, my commentaries, and I will give it back to you with all of the corrections. And we will present it next week at class. Okay?
In this class,
Yes, in this
okay,
class next week.
okay.
Um, Teacher, I have a
Yes, sir.
question.
Tell me.
If it I it I it's okay if I do it by PowerPoint.
Oh, yes, if you want so. You know what? The one that it's necessary for us that you do in a PowerPoint presentation is the speaking project, because I am not going to check it before. You are going to present it in the class and we are going to expose it. The screen that we are going to share is not mine, it's yours.
Yes, teacher, but can I do the writing project by PowerPoint?
Yes, Fer, there's no problem about it.
Okay, teacher, thanks.
Okay, thanks to you. Well, if you don't have any other...
Miss Margarita,
Yes, Pilar.
I understood that I have to write 3 paragraphs. That's okay?
3 paragraphs about...
And I had to choose about several topics.
No,
I choose one and I write about it.
Yeah, choose one and write about it, please. Only
Okay.
one.
And what is that Fair said about if she can do it with PowerPoint?
Well, in the directions, it said that you can do it by Word, but Fer wanted to do it by PowerPoint, so it is okay. The one,
Okay.
the one that is mandatory to do by PowerPoint is the next week. I am going to send you the assignment for the speaking project.
Okay.
So we have to check it up in a PowerPoint presentation.
Okay.
Okay, well, any
Thank you very
question?
much.
Thanks to you. Any other question?
No, teacher.
No? Well,
No.
thank you then, and have a very good night.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good
Thank you
night,
very much,
everybody.
teacher.
Thank you. Have a very good night.
Thank you,
Yes,
Bye.
teacher. Bye.
thank you.
Good night,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, teacher. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye. Fair.
Fernando, can you hear me? Hi, Fernando. Fernando, are you there? Flor, welcome.